Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be talking about some absolutely massive news out of the LCS, the competitive League of Legends scene in North America, and we're going to be mostly talking about today Sneaky's potential return to competitive League of Legends, potential return to the LCS. In this video, we're going to be reacting to Travis Gafford's new video that he just posted today on October 23rd. Roster rumors for every LCS team. If you guys are interested in LCS rumors, offseason news, any of that stuff, Travis Gafford's an awesome source. You should definitely go check out this video in full. But we're going to be watching a clip real quick where he talks about Sneaky's potential return, and then I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinions after that. So here we go, getting right into this. Hopefully the volume is correct.
With Dignitas, it does seem like there's going to be some pretty big changes there. As mentioned previously, it seems like Johnsun is up to be potentially acquired or have his contract acquired from a different team.
So that's the first part. I think that is really, really interesting. Obviously, Dignitas already has an AD carry. They have Johnsun. He is one of the kind of most hyped AD carry prospects in North America right now. Obviously, it's him and Tactical. Obviously, Tactical is probably he's probably doing a little bit better right now. He probably has a little bit more value and stuff. But Johnsun is a very, very good prospect AD carry as well. Good young AD carry, especially being a native North American. He is very valuable in some way to a lot of teams. But for Dignitas to be able to bring in Sneaky, they would have to move on from Johnsun, which would be weird in some ways because young talent is pretty valuable unless they really think Sneaky's ready to go, ready to be back to his old self. But Johnsun it's rumored that he's being considered for either 100 Thieves, which I think a lot of people would be really hyped about. That could be interesting. Or Evil Geniuses. Obviously, what Dignitas could do is obviously sell him off for a decent amount of money as well, which would be their incentive, and then still being able to bring in Sneaky would bring in a lot of new fans and stuff to them. So there is some reasons why they'd want to bring in Sneaky over Johnsun, depending on how much money teams are willing to pay for Johnsun or whatever. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. But yeah, those are the two teams, 100 Thieves and Evil Geniuses right now rumored for Johnsun, because it sounds like Bang is not going to be returning to Evil Geniuses, which I'm not very surprised about. But yeah, now they're going to continue talking about Sneaky.
And what's interesting is supposedly Sneaky will be taking his place on that team.
So there we go. Travis Gafford, obviously he is a very, very, he has a ton of inside knowledge. He has a ton of sources. He has a ton of people in the scene, knows people from every team, from every organization. And it sounds like he knows that Sneaky is going to be joining Team Dignitas. It doesn't make it 100%. It doesn't even make it 90% or anything. But this is the rumor. This is what people are talking about right now. So you have to at least assume that the teams have Dignitas is reaching out to Sneaky, or they're talking or whatever. Otherwise, this wouldn't even be like a rumor or anything out in the mill. I haven't exactly heard what Jacob Wolf said about the situation yet, but he's another great guy to follow for all these rumors and stuff. But I think this is really, really interesting. Obviously, again, Sneaky, an absolutely insane in terms of popularity, content creation, everything. He is so good for teams and brands. He's going to bring in so much brand recognition, so many fans and stuff. So many people love Sneaky and want to see him back in the LCS. I get why Cloud9 moved on from him, because they were ready to go in a different direction. He had definitely peaked in terms of gameplay and was on the start of a downward trajectory. He didn't have a very good last year with Cloud9. But I also don't think he was like the worst AD carry in North America by any means. I don't think he believed to be out of the LCS entirely. If he still has the itch for competitive League of Legends and for competition, and still has a desire to prove himself and be great, and has that fire and everything still, then I think Sneaky can still be a very, very, very serviceable AD carry in the LCS. I think he can even be a top half AD carry in the LCS. Do I think he's going to be maybe good enough anymore to be competitive on the international level? I mean, maybe not, but that, I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibilities. He'd have to prove that to us first. But I think it would be interesting to see Sneaky back in the LCS after he's had some time off to stream, create more content and everything, build up his brand even more. And for a team like Dignitas, who they're not the most exciting team recently. They don't get a ton of viewers. They don't have the most fans or anything anymore. They've definitely fallen far from what they used to be. Picking up Sneaky could be a really, really huge move for them. I'm also very curious just to see how Sneaky is able to perform and just how the team would be. It has already been confirmed that Dignitas is bringing back Dardoch, and Dardoch is another player that is past his prime in my opinion, but he's still serviceable. He is a decent jungler. But also, this would be Sneaky and Aphromoo playing together, which is a really, really interesting bot lane of two very, very grizzled veterans who are both very good players. And they both have very high highs and very high lows, and if they both play terrible, it could be an absolute disaster for Dignitas. But if they both play well, Dignitas could quietly have a very, very good team on their hands. They're also talking about potentially bringing in Haunter into the top lane for Dignitas if Licorice ends up going to GGS to take Haunter's spot. Then Haunter would be a free agent, and if Dignitas got him and Sneaky, again, they would have a very good team, a very surprising team that could definitely like fight for a playoff spot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Again, just rumors of Sneaky potentially joining Dignitas in what could be a Sneaky and Aphromoo bot lane, which would be really, really crazy. People would be very, very hyped for that. But yeah, definitely drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Do you think Sneaky is going to be joining Dignitas? Do you think that would be a good move for Dignitas? Do you think it would be a good move for Sneaky? And how well do you think Sneaky would do if he was to play in the LCS in 2021? Do you think he'd be a top 5 AD carry? Do you think he'd be bad? Do you think he'd be amazing? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions because I'm so curious, because I could really see it going so many different ways. Subscribe to the latest content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.